It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not even about us. It's about legacy. It's about what we choose to leave behind for future generations. And that's why, for the next year, and for the first time since 1974, the best and brightest men and women of nations and corporations the world over will pool their resources, share their collective vision to leave behind a brighter future. It's not about us. Therefore, what I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, is welcome back.
The work of a single organization, the Syndicate. A rogue nation, trained to do what we do, imbued with a new sense of purpose.
The Syndicate, you say? Yes, sir. That's what he calls it.
Timmy! What happened to you? Oh. You're a funny boy.
Yes.
You must be freezing to death.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, did you walk home like that? Well, where's your car?
Being serviced.
I think you better put something on. Here, careful with those. My Ronald did himself a nasty injury at Broadstairs with one of those. He cut himself off in his prime. I think you better go and have a bath, don't you? Warm you up a bit. I'll put lots of bubbles in it. Nice hot water, all gushing down.
Oh,
What's the matter?
I can't feel anything.
Oh, let me try.
Whoa. Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh.
You need some of this.
Oh.
I read about it in a book.
Oh, tar, thanks.
Oh, no! Oh, you don't drink it.
No?
No.
Oh.
Feel anything?
Yes. Oh, I've heard of the frozen North Pole, but this is bloody ridiculous.
I hope you're covered by insurance in your work.
About all we are covered by.
How's your coat?
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting silly. No. Dawn and me were fed to the teeth for this fortnight, but things are looking up now.
It's not over yet, darling. Oh, tell me, have you ever broken your clavicles?
Broken?
Mm-hmm.
They aren't breakable, are they?
No, your clavicles are your collarbones.
Oh, I see.
Now, what do you do in your act?
I'm a canary.
A what?
A canary. I come onto the stage, all covered in feathers.
And what?
I molt.
Oh, Professor,
Hello?
excuse me, but there's something that I think you ought to know.
Yes?
It's about those young ladies.
Yes?
I was passing the hut and,
Oh, come on, don't flab.
well, I heard the most extraordinary noises. And I rather got the impression that they're not isolated. And this was thrown through the window.
Now, come on, girls. Show us what you really do in the show.
I tell you, we can't. We haven't got our costumes here.
We'll imagine this.
We must have our costumes.
Couldn't you make do with bottle tops or something?
Oh, don't be so inartistic. Bottle tops.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was only trying to be helpful.
I suppose we could give them an idea.
That wouldn't be difficult.
Oh, come on. You were the one who was feeling homesick. The workout would do you good.
Not in bottle tops, it wouldn't.
Well, we could find something.
Oh, all right. We'll have to get ready and rehearse.
Oh, of course, of course.
Now, turn round and don't look.
Don't look.
Certainly.
Where are you going?
We'll wait in here.
They need sterilizing.
Good afternoon, ladies, and how are we feeling?
Never felt better.
Oh, really? With a cold?
What cold?
It's the wonderful new germs we've been having, Richie, my darling.
Will you kindly explain?
Rose.
May one ask where you ladies obtained this?
Never mind that. You're just in time for the show, darling.
No, please,
Sit
no,
down.
no,
Oh,
no,
don't
no.
be shy. It's artistic. The rook be Venus.
Dr. Flower, isolate yourself this instant.
Yes, Professor, of course.
I insist on knowing where you got this from.
Doctors brought it.
What doctors?
I don't know.
You don't know. Where are they now, might one ask?
Sterilizing themselves.
This is disgraceful. It's monstrous. I have never known such crass infringement of the rules.
Crass infringement of the rules.
It's an orgy.
An orgy? Come on, darling.
Lie on the bed.
What depravity. You evil men. Get up, Dr. Flower. Stop this horseplay.
Oh, Professor.
I suppose you ladies realize that you violated our strictest rule.
We never touched him.
What you gonna do? Report us to Equity?
Pack up, please, and leave the establishment instantly. You've ruined our entire research on you. Cut along, Dr. Flower, and adjust your dress. Roke be Venus.
Aberdeen Angus.
You got my card.
Third one.
You didn't think to call or drop by? We need to talk.
Why? You could have seen me playing when I was at Seagate.
You left early, and you didn't leave behind an address.
Bullshit.
You watch your mouth!
Would you have preferred I said, Sweet Christmas?
Actually, yes.
I wrote you 45 letters, man.
It was 50, and I sent them all back to sender. I was wrong. I wasn't ready. I am now.
You couldn't have come to see me once after she died. The warden had to tell me. Now here you are. Arms wide, hand out. You need money, right?
Always, but not from you.
You dying?
A little bit every day, just like everybody else.
Surprised you're not doing interviews. Telling everybody that I'm your son, filling up your little pews.
I was rocking full congregations before you were born, Negro, on my name alone.
Wow. You are still the same egotistical bastard that you have always been.
Well, I'm not bulletproof, but it works for me. You think the world revolves around you. You got all these folks out here wanting to be you, looking up to you, but what are you really doing for them?
Saving souls my way, walking the righteous path on my own terms, and cleaning up your messes.
I'm not perfect, Carl. At least I can admit that. But don't we both of us, deserve a fresh start?
Bring Mama back from the dead. Can you do that? And then maybe we'll talk. And my name is not Carl anymore.
Your name is the name I gave you, boy. Carl.
Just like Willis, right?
I've already told Helen yes, and I plan on keeping my word on that. It's what I want.
Well, I'm gonna miss you around, Freddie. There's not many people here that... Well, I guess there aren't that many people here I'm all that comfortable with. You know what you should do before you go? You should come up here one night and cook us a rack of ribs. Now, I realize oven-baked isn't nearly as good as the smoker, but you'd make them delicious anyhow.
Ribs? Really? You want me to cook ribs for you?
Well, sure, just like old times. What's wrong with that?
I'm just a help, ain't I?
No, that's not true.
I tell you, I got something good going, and your first thought ain't, Freddie, congratulations, it's make me ribs. And what's my big send-off? I get to cook you ribs.
No, look, you are being way oversensitive about this. You're misinterpreting what I meant.
You're right. It's all my fault. I don't know how Claire does it.
What did you just say?
Is this how you treat her? She part of the collection, too?
I don't know where all this is coming from, but it's extremely ungrateful, given all that I have done for you.
What did you do for me, Frank?
This is the White House. You will call me Mr. President.
You a motherfucker.
Get out!
My bad. My bad. You a motherfucker, Mr. President. Marshall and Gregor village in singing mount. While living in Germany as a child, I saw a production of Guys and Dolls, and Adelaide came out in a towel. She was fine as frog's hair in the summer, and I said, I've got to be a part of this life. My first big break was a television show called Square One TV. It was a children's television workshop production of a show that was all mathematics, and it was set up like Saturday Night Live, and I was one of the not ready for primetime mathematicians. My first experience on a set, I did in under 5 for some soap opera, and it was thrilling, exhilarating, and insane all at the same time. And I really wondered whether I wanted to do this for a living. I thought I would just do theater and be serious and an artist. My most embarrassing moment on a set would have to be when I was shooting The Corner, and I was playing a dope fiend, and I had to get my heroin boost in my ass. My favorite way to pass the time in between filming scenes here on The Wire is I play the saxophone. I really play the baritone sax, which is the big one because, well, I'm a big man, and you have to be a big man to play a big sax. But I have a small soprano one that I play when I'm between scenes. My favorite television show growing up is odd because I grew up not in this country. So we would watch Bonanza, but it was all in German. So you'd have like, Little Joel, was du nach Heimat in Mahila, wie spiele? My ideal day off, well, now my fantasy ideal day off would be I would wake up in a beautiful, wonderful chateau somewhere on a mountaintop, and Halle Berry would bring me a cup of coffee and say, honey, what would you like to do today? And we'd spend the day whiling away the hours. My ideal day off in reality is I wake up alone in my dingy apartment in New York, and no one brings me coffee. I haven't bought coffee, so I've got to go out and get the coffee. And I go to the coffee and I get it. I get some stale bagels, and I kind of just wander around New York in a fog. If a jet was coming to pick me up and take me anywhere in the world, oh, this is actually, I would like them to take me to the farm of my childhood in Ensdorf, Germany, where I got my first kiss. This little girl named Sissy. I have not seen her since. And I would like to think that she grew up to be Heidi Klum. And so I would like to see Sissy again.
That sounded like hatch doors. Do you smell it? That smell. The kind of smelly smell. The smelly smell that smells smelly. Anchovies.
Why?
Anchovies!
The crab pizza is the pizza absolutely. Pizza, pizza, Rusty Cray, pizza is the pizza, yeah, for you and me.
You know, first with art, I didn't know really what I wanted to do. And with marine biology, I just thought, well, this is a possible career and it's tangible. Obviously, SpongeBob is a comedy, but it really was inspired by me liking marine science. I focused on that, and I never thought the two would come together, actually. But what happened was I was working at the Marine Institute, the Orange County Marine Institute, right, and at that time period, animation started booming. It eventually led me to go to CalArts. I ended up going to graduate school for animation. Joe Murray, who created Rocko's Modern Life, saw my films, and he asked me if I would like to direct on his show. And that experience was really important for me because I really wouldn't have known how to put a show together without that experience. And then one day, this guy, Martin Olson, who's a writer on the show, he comes into my office and he sees this comic book that I created when I worked at the Marine Institute. It's called The Intertidal Zone, and it's basically to teach about tide pools. It started me thinking, if I'm gonna do a show, I would do it about these invertebrates and these crazy animals that exist in the ocean, and it would be the perfect fusion of the things that I did, it was that moment where I said, maybe I should pursue this, you know, go down this path. Sorry about that.
Coffee skin, little bit of cream, golden eyes with a touch of green, high cheekbone.
Well, hoodoo, you know, like being from Louisiana and down the swamps and stuff like that, has always been around me since I was a young kid, young boy, and hearing that word a lot. And a lot of people used voodoo or juju, stuff like that. Hoodoo was kind of a good thing, kind of like a magical thing that they'd say he's got the hoodoo on him or something like that. That means he's got a lot of luck. And then again, it could mean, coming from somebody else, it could mean he's got a bad sign hanging over him.
Had a residence in Covington. I knew she had a sweet tooth about her son. Like stay out late, dance all night long. She would only make love at the break of dawn.
It comes down to me, you know, either through my guitar, a lick or something, or a word here, or a title there in a dream. It's handed down, so it's treated, you know, a special happening to me. It's like I try to, if I get an idea on something, all of a sudden I sit down by a fire outside and work all night on it, then it's going to stay with me till it's finished, and finished as good as I can get it. So it makes, the songwriting is so important to me because it's a gift. At first, when it first started, there were so many songs saved up that I had been working on, and Leanne had wrote a couple, and so many good tunes to choose from that it's really hard to find and narrow it on down to what it is. I was thinking all the way real boogie, R&B, a lot of romping guitars, you know, good hard driving fast songs and everything. And in one case it is, and a lot of it that way. And then all of a sudden there would be a little tune come by like Gypsy Epilogue, which is in the minor chord and nice and slow and kind of, you know, Pink Floyd-ish in a way. And so when one of them comes by, you just ride with it. And I just kind of said, you know, the album is going to take its own shape no matter what I think or try to do. I think one thing I'm most excited about the whole thing is there's nothing on any song I'd want to change. Not a word or a guitar lick. And it's very seldom where you don't want to go back in and just say, hey, I'd like to do it again. So I'm peaceful with the album, you know. And I like to put it on and crank it, cranked up loud, get a good cold beer, and build a campfire out there and get the speakers up real good. Makes me feel good.